What is the most extreme moment in WWE history? I asked you this question on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, twitter.com/SantiZap. I do these types of audience polling videos every now and then, so if you want to be a part of one of these in the future, make sure you follow me over there. An extreme moment back in the Attitude Era or in the Ruthless Aggression Era seemed to happen just about every single week. That was just the nature of television back then. Nowadays, they're fewer and far between, but they're definitely very special when they happen. So we're going to be looking at some of the extreme moments that you submitted, and I'll be critiquing them. And hey, as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. Thanks. So this is the one that was submitted the most, and fair enough. I mean, it's probably the most iconic extreme moment in WWE history. This is something that's never going to be replicated again. If anyone tries to replicate it, there's a 33 1/3% chance that they might just straight up die. That's how dangerous this is. Frankly, I don't know how Jeff Hardy didn't die because there were so many things that could have gone wrong. One slightly wrong angle and Jeff Hardy's neck is completely snapped. Now, to be remembered as the most extreme moment of all time is no easy feat, considering it happened in a match with like 5 or 6 incredibly extreme moments. But to me, like, this is the quintessential extreme moment. Like, when I think extreme, like, this is what comes to mind. Not only is the moment, of course, huge because it's at WrestleMania, but also there's a ladder involved, and it's got 2 of the most extreme guys in professional wrestling history involved in Edge and Jeff Hardy. Like, this is like, if we're trying to create the perfect extreme moment, this is it. Ah, yes, a classic and a goodie. The Undertaker murdering Mankind, Mick Foley, and tossing him off the top of the Hell in a Cell at King of the Ring 1998. This'll never get old. What's crazy about this is that this is, to me, the tamest moment of this match, because the craziest moment of the match, I think, is this one, when he goes through the cell and then lands on a chair that's in there. Like, and the ring isn't gimmicked, because this was not supposed to happen. At the very least, this was planned. This was rehearsed. There was probably a medical procedure that they had practiced in case this went wrong. But this one, there was no being ready for this one or practicing this one, because this wasn't supposed to happen. The cage was not supposed to break. And, you know, we've seen people now go through the Hell in a Cell cage before, but when they land in a rigged, gimmicked ring to make the landing softer. Like, he landed on a proper professional wrestling ring, and he took that. Oh my God. Like, just thinking about the pain that he must have been going through. Like, the way he ricocheted off that ring, the fact that chair fell down with him and then it hit him in the nose and apparently lodged his teeth into his nose. Pretty messed up. The fact that we had both of these 2 moments in one match, like, dude, Mick Foley is actually bananas, dude. Next up, we have Shane McMahon jumping off of the top of the cell. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time we've ever seen anybody do this. Somebody, like, doing this willingly and jumping off the top of the Hell in a Cell, like, and landing at ground level. Because I know Rikishi has fallen off the top of the cell, but he landed on a raised truck with bales of hay. Like, this is, you know, from top to bottom. Like, I think this is the only time that this has happened. I know that Shane McMahon went on to did it another time, but it just didn't feel as special as the first time. And this was at a WrestleMania against the Undertaker. This was fucking insane, dude. Like, how high is that? Like, this is borderline suicide, man. Yeah, this is a classic, yet a goodie. We got Mick Foley being speared through a flaming table by Edge at WrestleMania, and yeah, Mick Foley's going to be involved in quite a few of these, and so is Edge, actually. What's neat about this is that this is Mick Foley's WrestleMania moment. He went on to lose the match, but oh my God, man, like, will we remember this? We absolutely will. I think that this was the coming of age match of Edge, because he had won the WWE Championship by cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase for the first time ever, and then immediately lost it. And I just don't think that people truly believed in Edge as a main eventer, and then this crazy match with Mick Foley absolutely put him on the radar as that guy. But out of all of the crazy things that happened in this match, this is absolutely the most memorable. We have Kurt Angle doing a moonsault off the top of the cage huge and missing. And he went on to do this again in TNA, but when he was in TNA, at least, you know, he was perk Angle. He was all perked up. This is normal sober Kurt Angle, and he's doing this. Like, dude, Kurt Angle truly, genuinely is an absolute machine. Okay, if you know, you know. I can't show you what happens afterwards because I'm pretty sure it'll completely demonetize this video, but boom, if you know, you know. All right, so this is a match between Eddie Guerrero and JBL, and that chair shot might be the nastiest chair shot of all time. Anyways, if you don't know, I'm not going to show you, but if you don't know, Eddie Guerrero bleeds. Oh, and he bleeds like it. I've never seen so much blood in a professional wrestling match in my life. Not even anything in ECW, anything in AEW. I've never seen this much blood in my life, and it was all from that crazy chair shot. Oh, hey, look, it's Mick Foley again. Surprise, surprise, getting pedigreed on top of the thumbtacks. This was back when the pedigree was way deadlier, because if you look at this pedigree, he doesn't unhook the arms. In you know, pedigrees during the Ruthless Aggression era and on, he lets go of the arms to allow the superstar to be able to better protect themselves when they land. But there's no protecting yourself here with the way that Triple H delivers this pedigree. And if you ever needed to protect yourself from a pedigree, it was this pedigree, because being pedigreed on thumbtacks, what the fuck, dude? How did they get away with this, man? This is a forgotten Extreme moment because it's the forgotten Pandemomania. This is Kevin Owens jumping off the top of the WrestleMania sign, going through the table on top of Seth Rollins. People don't talk about this enough because people kind of just forgot about it. I mean, mind you, like, that's a big WrestleMania match, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. But not only is, like, on paper is that a huge match, the match itself was absolutely fucking crazy. There were some really cool moments in this match. Of course, this is the moment of this match, Kevin Owens jumping off of the WrestleMania sign here. Next up, we have Brock Lesnar and the Big Show breaking the ring. And you know what? I dare say that this might be my first kind of like extreme holy shit moment when I was a kid, because some of you know I've started watching wrestling when I was 8, 8 or 9, something like that, in 2002. However old I was in 2002 is when I started watching wrestling, and I think this may have been the first extreme holy shit moment that I was ever really a part of while watching wrestling actively every single week. And yeah, to this day, this is still insane. Look, of course, more Shane McMahon. We're gonna have a couple more Shane McMahons here. And look, I know that he landed on something that was like super padded and protected. I don't care. That is terrifying to jump off of something that tall. It's like 5 stories. I actually don't know how tall that is, but that's terrifying. And then he goes and does it again, except this time landing on his back. The dude is an absolute maniac. So we've seen him jump off the top of the Titantron, fall off the top of the Titantron, and jump off the top of the cell. Like, Shane McMahon, dude, like, he needs his own wing in the WWE Hall of Fame for just all the insane shit that he ever did throughout his career. And we're not done with Shane McMahon, by the way. There's another one. But you know who we're also not done with? Mick Foley. Hey, and similar to Edge, this was the making of a man, the coming of age tale of Randy Orton. It was this match that made everyone realize that Randy Orton is that guy. He is a main event player. And of course, the famous RKO onto the thumbtacks. That is such a classic at this point. Shout out to Mick Foley, man. Like, this man basically is owning this list at this point. Like, yeah, this is like the 6th time he's appeared, and oh my god, I can't watch this one without grimacing for poor Randy Orton and just the face of genuine pain and shock that he's feeling. Oh, just so fucking crazy. Look, there are like 50 of these Jeff Hardy swantons. Like really genuinely, there's so many of them. So I'm just gonna say Jeff Hardy. All right, Jeff Hardy as a whole, he's got those swantons through the tables. He's got swantons off the top of giant ladders. He's got swantons off the top of production trucks. Like, just Jeff Hardy as a whole in general should just be in this entire list, okay? And of course, this one had to get submitted. Somebody submitted Kurt Angle angle, belly to bellying suplex Shane McMahon through the glass in the King of the Ring sign. The thing is, the story goes, for those that don't know, I'm sure plenty of you have heard it, is that was supposed to be sugar glass that was really easy to break. This is like the third or fourth attempt to try and break it, because they actually got real plexiglass that wasn't breaking, but these two refused to stop trying and just kept at it until they actually broke the damn thing. But every time that they failed, Shane McMahon would actually land on his head. Apparently Shane McMahon is just completely out of it here, but yo, shout out to these two for just absolutely basically killing themselves for our entertainment. These guys are absolute beauties. And but yeah, no, I would never do this. Bubba Ray Dudley is an absolute maniac. He's done this a few times, but power bombing a 70-plus-year-old woman is probably at the top of the craziest things that he's ever done. He's done a few crazy things, and I've got Bubba Ray Dudley here again a little bit later on. But definitely power bombing Mae Young is a feat that not many people can say they have, you know, under their cap, and Bubba Ray Dudley does. Somebody submitted this one. I don't really remember this. Was this yeah, this was Backlash after WrestleMania 25. I mean, I guess I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't watching wrestling at this time, so this one's not really resonating with me too much. Now, this is something WWE has done in the past, like the fake electric explosions. I know they did it with Goldust in 2003, and that's what gave them a stutter. They've done it with Randy Orton. They've done it with Ryback. So I'm pretty, I guess, used to seeing the fake electrical explosions. But this is actually, like, the more I see it, this is pretty crazy, like pretty extreme. The way he just chucks Cena in there, it's kind of crazy that they allowed the WWE to let Cena take a bump like that, considering how valuable he was to them back then. I mean, at that point, he was basically far and away their most profitable guy. Like, when it wasn't even close, like, and it was John Cena and then a distant second place, whoever else it was. What is this one? I don't even remember this one. Yes, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns last man standing match. Oh, of course, this is hilarious. But I think this is at a Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure this is at a Royal Rumble. Oh my, okay. Oh, that is classic stuff. I completely forgot about this. This completely caught me off guard. Thank you for sending that. That absolutely made my night. I need to see this one more time. Somebody sent this one in. I don't know how much it counts. I mean, the reveal is pretty extreme, and I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen anyone reveal an injury this severe at the start of a match and then go through the entire match and deliver a 5-star Hell in a Cell match. So, I mean, I guess it is an extreme moment, but I think it's more of a, quote, OMG moment more than anything. I don't know if I'd particularly qualify this as extreme, but, you know, this is pretty hardcore. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that he still went out there and had a crazy ass good match. So kudos to Mr. Cody Rhodes. Still hasn't finished the story though. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the tractor flip. Yes. This is definitely a modern goodie for sure. The flipping of the ring from Brock Lesnar, coming out in full cowboy Brock gear, and then halfway through the match just flipping the ring, and then they would just go on to finish the match with the ring like that. This is absolutely classic. And I love Roman Reigns just tumbling down from one corner of the ring to the other. It's just so good. It's so good. It's hardcore and yet slapstick at the same time, and I can appreciate that. And this is great. This is great. All right, y'all need to stop sending me Titus World Slide. This is not an extreme moment. It's fucking hilarious. Don't get me wrong, but stop sending me this. And look, here's the thing. Like, people send me this like every day. It's not even hey, I'm doing a hot takes video, send me things. People will send me this, but I'm just saying, I will tweet about eating a sandwich and people will reply with this. There's Bubba Ray Dudley again. People forget about this moment at WrestleMania 17 because it gets overshadowed by the crazy spear from the top of the ladder that we saw at the very beginning of this list. I'm happy that you sent this in. This moment needs to absolutely be remembered because I think this was the final spot of the match, if I'm remembering correctly, because from there the match would just go on to finish. So yeah, this was supposed to be the most memorable moment, but I don't think that they were expecting that spear to be just so fucking gnarly. So yeah, I'm glad you sent this in. It's a forgotten Extreme moment for sure. This is probably my favorite Extreme spot from a ladder match. Like, hang on. This Salida Del Sol is insane. Look, I don't even need to say much. This Salida Del Sol is absolutely insane. This has got to be one of the coolest, most extreme ladder spots I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a lot, but this is just so cool. A combination of high flyer lucha plus extreme breaking through a ladder. Like, that's unique in so many levels. I love this moment. I'm glad you sent this in one more time. Boom. Crazy. All right, that's it. Those are some of the extreme moments that y'all sent in. If you want to participate in these types of future videos, make sure that you're following me on x.com or twitter.com/SantiZap. See you there. Okay, I'm done. Get out of here.